Okay, friends, now that we have listened to the story of the kite and we have retold the story of the kite, now we're going to write about reading. Okay? And on this paper, we have 4 questions about our story, the kite. But we are not going to answer the 4th question, so you can take your pencil and you can draw a big X on number 4. It wants you to compare and contrast frogs and toads, and there's a video at the end of the module that you can watch that helps you do that. So we're just going to concentrate on numbers 1, 2, and 3. Now you can fill this out along with me today. So if you do not have your pencil and this piece of paper, I want you to go ahead and stop the video, grab those things, and then come back and hit play. Okay, when you're ready to go, let's start here with number 1. Number 1 said, what was the author's purpose for writing? So we have 3 choices here. The first one is persuade. Let's think. Was the author trying to persuade us to do something or to change our opinion? No. I'm going to mark it out. Next it says to inform. And inform means to teach. Did this story teach us about kites, what kites are made of, or who flies kites, or how they work? No. So the purpose is not to inform us. The last choice here is to entertain. That means that the author wrote this for fun, for you to enjoy, and to teach you a little thing or two. And that is definitely our author's purpose. He wanted to entertain us with a good story. So make sure you have circled that word entertain. Next, we're going to go to number 2. And the question says, should Toad listen to the robins? Why or why not? Now this question has 2 parts. Do you see that there are 2 question marks? That means I need to make sure I answer both parts of this question. So what do you think? Should Toad listen to those robins? They weren't very positive, were they? So no, Toad should definitely not listen to those robins. Go ahead and write the word no to answer that first question and put a comma. Now the second part of the question says why or why not. So, why should Toad not listen to those robins? Were those robins being kind or unkind? They were being unkind, weren't they? And we should not listen to unkind words. So let's write here, no, Toad should not listen to them. No, Toad should not listen to them. And we're going to use that word because and give a reason. Because they were being unkind. No, Toad should not listen to them because they were unkind. That means not kind. They were not being bucket fillers, were they? All right. What a great answer. If you need to a little more time to write that answer, go ahead and pause the video now and get those words down on your paper. When you're ready, you can hit play, and we're going to look at number 3. Number 3 says, what did Toad do to make the kite fly? Now, I remember he had to do several different things, but I don't remember what they were. Let's go back in the story and look. So here's my book, Days with Frog and Toad, and our story starts on page 16, I remember. And that part would have been close to the end when the kite goes in the air. So let's go back here towards the end. I see the kite in the air. Maybe it's on this page. Let's reread and find out. Toad ran back to Frog. This kite is junk, he said. I think we should throw it away and go home. Toad, said Frog, we need one more try. Wave the kite over your head, jump up and down, and shout, up, kite, up. Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, up, kite, up. The kite flew into the air. It climbed higher and higher. This was just the spot we needed. Let's look right here in this last paragraph to see what Toad did. Toad ran across the meadow. He waved the kite over his head. He jumped up and down. He shouted, "Up, kite, up." So he did 3 things here. I know that's really hard for you guys to see, but it says he waved, he jumped, he shouted. Let's write that back on our paper. What did Toad do to make the kite fly? Toad waved, jumped, and shouted. All right. Again, if you don't have that quite finished yet, you can pause the video. You can go back and listen to it as many times as you need to. And if you're finished, you can move on to the next video. Great job.